morning, ladies. Well, today I can go over all of the due dates for the girls. I decided to do a test for them, so we drew blood and sent it in to see who is bred for sure and who is open. So now I can officially go down the list and tell you who's expecting babies. So I'll start with the ones that came back open, which are the ones I was suspicious about. So they did get bred, and then they did not go into heat, so they were settled for about a month or so. And then as we went further along, I just didn't see any signs that they were still bred. And the guessing was driving me crazy, so we pulled the blood and sent it in. So the first one that would have been due is Rin, this pretty little blue-eyed moon-spotted girl here. She was bred to Jed, but unfortunately she came back open, which is not a surprise. She doesn't look like she's getting a belly on her at all. She didn't really have any udder starting. There was a teeny smidge of an udder bump at one point, but it disappeared. So she was one I was guessing was not going to be bred. And then this little gold chamois here in the middle is Yumi. She also came back open. Again, she had the same signs, didn't really feel an udder starting. She is streamlined, so no baby bump. It kind of looked like she had a heat right before we sent in the blood as well. But yeah, she was also bred to Jed, and her and Rin are half sisters. They are sired by a Dills buck, so they would have been really nice babies. But yeah, they just didn't stay settled, so they reabsorbed at some point between 2 and 3 months along. And then this other gold chamois here is Capricious, and she also came back open, which was not a surprise because she kept short cycling. And again, she is streamlined, no baby bump, no udder, so I kind of figured she did not end up settling on her breedings. She was bred to Major, so they would have been really nice babies on that side too. But yeah, she didn't settle. And because of her age and the fact that I have her daughter, Capricious has actually been listed for sale. So we'll see if she ends up going. So now we'll go over the ones that did come back bred. Miss Coco here is bred to Major. So really excited to see babies out of them. She did short cycle, but it was only about a week apart. She did not come into heat after the first short cycle, so she has 2 potential due dates. Coco is going to be due between April 18th through the 28th or April 26th through May 6th. Next up, we have Foxy. She definitely looks like she's getting a baby bump going, and she does have a little bit of udder development. She came back bred on the test, also paired with Major. So a chance for pulled, moon spots, and silver babies out of her. She's due April 18th through the 28th. So her and Coco could go at the same time. And then Miss Betty, the mini newbie in here. She came back bred. She's paired with Fenris, so a chance for blue-eyed, pulled, and moon spots on her babies. She is also due April 18th through the 28th. And Miss Babs, she came back bred, also paired with Fenris, so moonspots, blue-eyed, pulled chance on kids. She's due April 23rd through May 3rd. And then back over in the Niges, Tango, who is Foxy's kid. She came back bred as well. She's paired to Jed. Chance for blue-eyed, pulled, and moonspots on her kids. And she has good lines, so we're really excited to see kids from her. If we get a kid that hits all of the traits, I probably am going to retain it, but we'll see after all the kids are born. She's due April 25th through May 5th. And Bunny, this black and white one with her head in the feeder, she's also paired to Jed, and she came back bred on the test. She's due April 26th through May 6th. Chance for blue-eyed and pulled on her babies. So back over with the mini Nubians, Miss Birdie came back bred, also paired to Fenris, so moonspots, blue-eyed, pulled chance on kids. She's due April 26th through May 6th as well, same date as Bunny. And then Yona, the gold one with blue eyes here in the middle, she came back bred. She is paired to Major, so chance for blue-eyed, pulled, and silver with her kids. Also excited to see what she has. So I may keep a kid out of her if she throws me a silver that's blue-eyed and pulled. She doesn't really have the lines behind her, but I paired her up with Major, who is going to have his star B as soon as ADGA catches up. She's due April 29th through May 9th. And again, chance for silver pulled blue-eyed on the kid. Next up, Yukio came back bred. She's paired to Jed. Chance for blue-eyed pulled on the kids. She is due May 6th through May 16th, but I actually ended up selling her. So she's still here for now. She gets picked up in a couple weeks along with Castiel. She's paired with Jed, so any kids that she has could be paired to Castiel. And then the black one in the corner here is Katana. She came back bred. She's paired to Jed as well. Chance for blue-eyed pulled moon spots on her kid. And she's due May 23rd through June 2nd. Another one I potentially would keep a kid out of, but we'll see how many silvers I get, because odds are I'm gonna be tempted to keep the silvers. Next up, Miss Rayna, this little chocolate buckskin right here. She came back bred. She is paired to Major, so chance for silvers. She's due May 14th through May 24th. Miss Sylvie, we have to wait on still. She was bred and was settled for about a month or so, and then she came back into heat again. I did rebreed her, but that was only about 3 weeks ago, so she was too early along for me to draw her blood and send it in for a test. So Sylvie is still a question mark. They need to be at least 30 days bred before you can do the blood test, so I need to wait at least another week and a half, and then I can send in her blood work as well. I did watch for heat. She was supposed to be in heat a couple days ago, and it kind of looked like she was, but also wasn't quite as strong a heat as normal, and we had some bad weather, so she didn't want to go outside next to the boys' fence. So I don't know for sure on her. But I will end up doing a blood test as soon as she's far enough along. So for now, Sylvie's an iffy, maybe bred, maybe open. But otherwise, that is all the girls that are going to be due. So we have 10 girls for sure that are going to be kidding here. 11 maybe if Sylvie ends up being bred. But she wouldn't be due until the very last part of June into the first part of July if she is bred on this last pairing. But otherwise, all the other girls are fairly close together. Katana is going to be the last one to go in this first kidding group. So, we're pretty excited to see what everybody's going to have, especially since we are using new bucks this year on some of them. It's Major's first year breeding. It's Fenris's first year breeding. It's Jed's second year, but I didn't use him on a bunch of girls last year, so I'm excited to see what he throws this time. Last year he threw 50-50 bucks to does, so hopefully he can skew it a little more towards the does this time. But yeah, kind of a bummer that these two didn't end up being bred. I really wanted to have kids out of them. Rin has all the traits that I'm looking for, and she has the lines on the sire side. Yumi is her half-sister. Again, they share the same sire. She doesn't have much flash going for her, but she is a really lovely doe, and I would have liked to see kids out of her. But yeah, they'll just have to wait. But yeah, they'll end up joining the lineup for kidding next year, and they'll get bred. Hopefully Beretta can join that lineup as well. She needs to grow a little bit more, and Hestia needs to grow a little. Oaken also is one I wanted to get paired up, but she only went into heat one time and then never went into heat again, so I think we just missed her cycle. Hopefully I'll catch it in the fall this year so she can have babies next year. Of course, we'll see if Miss Dixie is up to size and wait for breeding in the fall as well. She's actually growing pretty fast, so she may be up to size by then. But yeah, she is our newest girl. Sally's gonna head over to my friend's house. They're almost done bottle feeding. They are almost 9 weeks, but we're gonna keep them on the bottle a little bit longer just to make sure they get a good head start on growth. But yeah, so that's all the girls. And like I mentioned, Capricious is up for sale. Yukio is sold. And then I have a couple other girls I might pick out to sell, depending on how many kids I retain and how many kids I end up bringing in. But yeah, the Due date list is going to be down in the description box, so you guys can check that. Also have it on my Facebook page that you guys can check. Pictures of the babies when they are born are going to be thrown up on Facebook before they end up on YouTube, just because it's easier and quicker for me to do that versus trying to edit a video in the middle of kidding season. So yeah, if you want to see babies, the Facebook page and Instagram are going to have them first. Anyway, that is pretty much it for who's gonna be due. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.